Friday. It was by far the hottest day of the week. Like every week, the power was out that day. That's the routine it has been. I woke up, drenched in sweat. I was alone in the house. The silence set. My uncle, he lived in the building opposite to mine. So whenever mom wasn't home, I knew where to look for her and where to find. So I walked out of my house, crossed the garden, and went to the opposite side. Took the stairs to the floor where my uncle resided. When I reached there were about 10 people at the door, and being 5 feet plus 4, I tried to jump to understand that what is it so tragic. Until a familiar face came out of the traffic. He was my cousin. He frantically handed me a sheet, I assumed a prescription paper, saying, "Get this quickly. Grandpa is in danger." Well, I knew a chemist at the intersection of the second lane and the main route. So I came down, I ran as fast as I could, still confused about the weight of the situation. Panting, I reached the turn and handed the chemist the same prescription. He had an intense look at my desperation, so he went in quickly, scoured some drawers, some coca, and came out saying, "यहाँ नहीं है, भाई की दुकान पर होगा." Well, there were two chemists in all of the area, the two famous brothers, or as I call them, Bhaiya. Each had a hold of one half of the town, and now I had to reach the one not so around. So I started running, naive enough to try beating death. My forehead was wet and my lungs out of breath. I reached there and I handed the other chemist the same prescription sheet, now well crumbled in my fist. About 5 minutes from when he went in, he came out with 2 needles and a receipt. He asked me, "Which is the one you would like to keep?" Wow, I get to choose. He told me the names are same, but compositions, they differ. What injection is the mentioned one is something he could never infer. What I knew was I have to pick the correct one from the provided two. I picked one. I don't know why. I paid and I ran, courtesy of the 5 minutes break I buy. Panting, I entered the gate, took the stairs, and there was my cousin sitting on the chairs with hands up his forehead. Much more tense than the first time, much more upset. As he saw me, he got up to grab the tube and went inside, pushing the mob out of the route. And that was it. But no, he came out again and said, "ये नहीं है, कुछ गलत ले आया तू." Well, next I ran back and forth one more time to complete the work my brother assigned and bought him the correct one. But a little late, perhaps a little over time. He told me this one line that still wrecks all that I had of mine. He told me, "तू पहले ही दोनों ले आता तो." Now I was convinced, if today grandpa dies, it will be just my own crime. I felt the 2 needles, their weightlessness piercing my pride. Disheartened, I thought of pleading mercy from the Almighty, from the only divine. In pain and regret, I closed my eyes. Next I remember, I was in a masjid at a very unusual time, sitting in the center line, praying that, "Hey Khuda, bas aaj ye nahi hona chahiye." I don't know if I completed my words. The masjid's muazzin, he announced something, but all I heard was a loud, deafening beep, like a storm or a thunder breaking deep inside of me. I was in this dilemma with, I don't know if it was a big sin what I just committed, or I don't know. As a kid, I had this one habit of lying next to my grandfather. His face so close to me that I could practically count the wavy wrinkles on his old skin, the grey tint. That night, I wanted to do that again. I used to lay myself on his chest and let our hearts beat like the one. Now I wanted him awake. I wanted his heart to beat once again and tell me, it wasn't your mistake.